Hey, what's going on, guys? We're going to be talking about the three things that I look at whenever I go to buy a new lot to build a duplex on. What's going on, guys? My name is Juan Cristales. We're going to be taking a look at South 12th Street here in Conroe. So we have these properties that we already own, and we're going to be taking a look at them. This is after the fact, but I'm just going to show you briefly, guys, what I am looking for when I go take a look at these lots. Now, the very first thing that I always want to make sure is that it is not in a flood zone. I do not want to deal with the flood zone. It is very difficult to sell these properties, and it costs a lot more money to build the fill dirt pad up to get it out of the flood zone. So here's the first thing that I look at. Look at this. This is new construction that's going on across the street. So that's one of the big pluses. That's the second big thing. The first one was no flood zone. The second thing that I'm looking at is new construction. So we have some new construction down the street, across the street, and it is an ideal place. So the city of Conroe requires these silt barriers. That's what these black things are right here. These things are basically just to keep the dirt from going all over the place. And I know for a fact that they've already yelled at these people. So we have this. We have one set, we have two sets, and then we have a third set of duplexes that are being built over here. I'm going to come back to that tree stump in a second. So the third thing that I'm looking for is, like, look at how easy it is, man. These lots are already completely vacant. There's nothing on them. There's no structures on them. There's no real big trees on them that I need to really worry about. And so that's the third thing that is really going to make this thing an awesome deal for me. So the first thing is going to be not in the flood zone. Look, there's a church right there. One, no flood zone. Number two, new construction already around there. And then number three is that it's already cleared. That makes it an ideal property. So do we buy properties that need to be cleared? Yes, absolutely. But we have to take that into consideration because it's going to be an additional cost. And now let me point out this massive tree stump that you see right there. Look at this gigantic tree stump. I'm going to tell you right now, only because I have had to deal with this in the past, so I have the experience base to talk about it here. This tree stump is not going to be a cheap, simple, get rid of it for $100. This is going to cost several $100s, and these things are gigantic and heavy. I had a guy one time tell me what I was going to do with it. He wanted to take it over to his property. I guess he wanted to do some cool table out of it or do something with it. I don't know. It's not my business. But he was wanting somebody with a big, massive, like bobcat or whatever those things called, tractors or whatever, to lift it and put it in the back of his truck. And the guy refused to do it. He says, as soon as I drop that thing on the back of your truck, the axles are going to break off of this thing. I am not even joking. He's like, we're not doing that. We're just putting it in the trash. We're going to break it off into a small bunch of pieces and throwing it away. And so, it's a crazy thing how heavy these things can get. So that's what I'll tell you on that stuff, guys. And not just that, right? He already paid someone. Unfortunately, this guy has already paid someone to come, dig it up like this and do this stuff to it. So that's already been paid. Now he's got to pay somebody else to kind of break it off into like thirds or fourths or whatever he's going to do, and then get rid of it inside of a dumpster or however they're going to try to get rid of it. So land clearing costs extra money. Now, those things there are silt barriers. The city of Conroe requires us to have these black tarps there to keep the dirt, that clay dirt, from really getting all over the street. So that's what those are for. So as you can see right there, we're looking at 411 South 12th Street. So we're right across the street from that. We've already gotten our addresses from the non-emergency 911. And one of the good things is that they're allowing you to do one porta-john for 3 buildings or even 2. And there's a church there, as you can see. So there's 409B, and then on the left-hand side is 409A. Now, this is kind of a cool little view of everything we got going on here. I'm really happy that we have a church right down the street that's already established. It's probably been there for a while. Probably keeps the street a little bit calm. But, those are the types of things that we're looking at, right? We don't want to deal with anything inside the flood zone. We don't want to deal with anything that's got a tremendous amount of structures and trees and stuff like that. Otherwise, it increases our construction cost. And then the third thing is going to be new construction already on the road as well. So That's all I got for you guys, man. Check this out. We are going to be doing this new construction project here, and this is what's happening across the street from us. They got Unit A, Unit B, and man, it's going to be an awesome, very basic, very quick process to get these things up. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today.